how to foam and dilute All Clean, our all-purpose cleaner, which we now sell by the gallon.
Hi, I'm Evan.
I'm Nick.
And we're gonna show you, first of all, the dilution ratio of that and how to apply it to a tire. This tire, especially the wheel, is really dirty.
Yeah, All Clean is a fantastic all-purpose cleaner. We offered it initially only in 16 ounces, but at this sort of gallon size, you've got the power of a pro.
Right, you definitely want to dilute it. It's an extremely powerful formulation. Now, for the exterior of the vehicle, our dilution ratio is actually 15 to 1.
Which means what? Dilution ratios can be confusing.
So 1 ounce of product, 15 ounces of water.
Okay.
And in our bucket, we have some rinseless wash. We're just using that as additional lubrication for the brush. So we'll let the brush soak in there for a second. And we're using an IK foamer to apply the All Clean to the wheel.
You can use a sprayer in a 32-ounce bottle. It's not a big deal. But foam, I think visually is really appealing, and then it clings to the surface. Every time a bubble breaks, you always say this, it continues to clean, right? Can you explain that a little bit?
Exactly. So as the bubbles are breaking, they're applying new All Clean to the surface. So if we just spray it on, let's say we use a pump sprayer or trigger sprayer, we put it on there, yes, it's doing a great job. But the foam, every time one of those little bubbles bursts, it's putting new All Clean on the surface.
So I'm gonna go ahead and foam this at 1 to 15 dilution on the tire.
Exactly. Now it's not a super thick shaving cream style foam like you see with our incredible suds, but you've got a really good foam on there, and we can see the tire actually starting to go a little brown.
I'm gonna get this edge as well.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that if you dilute this more strongly than 1 ounce to 15 ounces of water, you are gonna get a little bit more foam.
Yeah, you're gonna get a little more foam. And the IK foamer actually comes with different tips that you can put in to give it a little more shaving cream-like foam if you want that. But for deep cleaning, this is actually the type of foam you want.
So our All Clean is a higher pH than the rinseless wash, which is in our bucket. This is also a cleaner. What's the difference between an all-purpose cleaner and a rinseless wash, for example?
So the rinseless wash, we have a fairly neutral pH. This is a pH of 12, so it's a much more aggressive pH. It's a pH that, yes, it deep cleans, but it's not enough to cause damage. It's a very safe product.
Absolutely, and you could use an all-purpose cleaner like All Clean in your interior. In fact, sometimes the moment calls for it.
Right.
Most of the time, you can get away with rinseless wash on a rag.
Oh, definitely. And if you are using All Clean on the interior, first of all, do not spray it on the surface. Spray it into your microfiber. Secondly, start at a 30 to 1 dilution, and if that's good, stay there. If you see that it's too powerful, you can actually dilute it down more than that.
When it comes to cleaning, I always like to give agitation a rightful place in the cleaning process, right?
Exactly.
Agitation is part of cleaning, so don't act like this is supposed to do everything for you. Go for a milder solution and a little bit of light agitation and see where that gets you. It's gonna be the safest approach. You wanna take off the least amount possible in terms of, am I gonna rip off some coating from that vinyl, for example?
Exactly. And in this case, the All Clean is pretty much finished doing its job. There's still a little bit dripping off there, but you can see the browning coming off the tire.
Yeah, it's doing a great job.
Now,
time to clean.
Our wheel and body brush. So this is a flag tip nylon brush, extremely safe. So it's not gonna scratch that black piano finish on the wheels, but you can also use it on the tires. You can use it on every aspect of the vehicle.
When you have a high quality all-purpose cleaner and a good brush, it makes cleaning tires a lot more fun.
Exactly.
Because the visuals are fun with the foam, and it's also fun when your products just work.
Yep.
You can cheap out and not do it this way, and it's just gonna be more work. And I've actually had some DIYers contact me. They're like, I've used a lot of the big names out there, and he's in New York, and he's just like, Caesar, I got you, man. You're talking to me now, and now you're talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Caesar tells me, he's like, I've tried all the big name brands. Yours just seems to work the first time. And so he keeps buying gallons from us, and he doesn't have a business. He just says it works. And I told him, I'm like, I love to hear that, because Ivan's whole thing is, even when you're a business, your biggest cost is labor.
Yeah, exactly. Your biggest cost definitely is labor when you're running a business. And when you're doing this at home to have fun, sure, it's fun washing your car and all that, but I have more fun driving it. So I want to make the cleaning as quickly as quick and as fun as possible.
And your wife or husband or whatever out there is going to be a lot happier if you're not out there for 4 hours. Like if you can do it in 2 or 1, happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
It's more fun when the stuff works the first time.
Right. So now we're going to use the pressure washer and pressure wash off the remaining all clean, and then we'll dry the wheel.
Okay.
See what it looks like.
Here we go.
So now for the drying, like Nick mentioned before, agitation is a good thing. So we're gonna dry this using a black utility towel, but I'm gonna ask you to go get some ceramic gloss.
I got you. Pressure washing is done, ceramic gloss in hand.
So with the ceramic gloss, we're gonna provide protection from the towel for drying, lubrication, and we're gonna be able to dry the wheel and the tire with this utility towel.
And rim faces can be a pain, especially ones that are gonna show more dirt.
Yeah.
So you're always gonna capture a little bit left over on the drying process, and you're gonna feel like you're cleaning as well. So this is a great process to do right.
And we see the immediate beading happening there, and then off we go.
It's really satisfying to watch somebody else cleaning.
Especially wheels.
Especially wheels. Ivan always makes me clean those. And you don't have smell-o-vision, but ceramic gloss is like sort of this fruity, floral,
Candy store.
very pleasant smell.
Yeah.
And when you're a professional detailer using ceramic gloss, it's gonna smell like money because it is so good, and it does exactly what you need it to do, and it has so much value at the price point that you're gonna smell that in your shop or in your garage and remember that it didn't cost you much to get professional results. Now you're doing the tire as well with ceramic gloss.
Well, just what's left over on the towel.
Just a little bit of drying.
Yeah. And there we have it. We have a nice clean wheel. Get around those lug nuts one more time because they always tend to leak a little bit. That's where using something like the Master Blaster comes in. And we actually have one to use, so why don't we get it?
Okay. So All Clean Ivan is the product I was most excited about for us to get in the gallon size.
Definitely, for the do-it-yourselfer, the standard 60-ounce bottle is great. It'll go a long way. But for the professional or the more involved hobbyist, this is the way to go.
I mean, you can just do so much with this, like nasty rubber, WeatherTech mats, grime, grease, engine bay, even the utility of a light dilution for interiors. It's just nice to have this in your tool chest.
Right, and it's a great product. Like we mentioned before, it's surface safe for most surfaces. But again, you don't want to spray directly on an interior that can cause damage.
Absolutely. Ivan LaCroix, I appreciate the insight, and it looks pretty clean. I'm going to give you an A-.
Okay, very good. Well, let's move.
It needs tire shine, otherwise it'd be an A+.
Well, let's move this up to an A+. That happens when you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a thumbs up.